everyone, welcome to Cycle 1, Week 4 Science Experiments. This is pollution, and we only have one experiment this week, and it's a tutor demonstration. So let me show you what you got. All right, you have a bottle of red food coloring, a glass container. This for other directors or tutors. We have a cheesesteak shop in the area, and my husband's from Pennsylvania, so he likes cheesesteak. And so we go there, and they have jars like this of hot and sweet peppers. So I just asked them if I could have one of the jars. You might be able to get one of these from some barbecue places that have pickles. But I got this jar free at there. It's a 1 gallon jar, so it works out just perfectly. Okay, and a measuring cup. So what we're gonna do, and a jug of water. Here it is, jug of water. Okay, so this is a tutor demonstration, so you will talk about pollution, and can you always see pollution in water? Does a small amount of pollution affect a stream and wildlife? Can you always see pollution? Can you always see the pollution that's in there? Does it go away when you can't see it? So to start, you'll put in about a half a cup of water and a drop of food coloring in here. Oops, just one drop actually. I'm going to dump this out because more than one drop would not be very effective. It's not going to lead to the result we're looking for if we do more than one drop. So that actually reminds me that maybe I want to have a waste bowl. You know the bowl that we use for the fish in week 2? I'll have that there. So if you have inadvertently put too many food coloring drops, you can pour it in there and have a parent take it to the bathroom to dump it out. All right, round 2, here we go. Half a cup of water, 1 drop of food coloring. Here we go. 1 drop, okay. And napkins. I need napkins too. All right, so a spoon you'll use to kind of stir that around. Now, if you forget, that's okay, but one of our tutors had the idea of pouring a little bit of clear water in at the bottom so the students could see what the clear water actually looks like in the jar. Like, it definitely looks clear. And then taking our red food coloring and pouring it in there. You know, I didn't stop each step along the way to observe and ask our students to observe because it's 10 o'clock at night. I'm kind of tired and I forgot to do that part. But for you guys, I really do recommend that you stop at each stage along the way. And before you pour the really red water into the jar with a little bit of the clear water, you can ask them, what do you think will happen when I pour this water on top of the clear water? What do you think will happen? Most of our students hopefully will say that all the water will become red, but I think it gets them thinking gets them thinking about what they think is going to happen. Then we're going to pour the water in about a cup at a time and just pour it in and ask them, all right, what do you notice now? What do you notice about the water? Is the pollution still there? Can you still see it? What do you think will happen when I pour in even more water? And pour that in and continue as so forth. We'll make sure we have a towel, and you might not want to put your notes directly underneath where you're pouring in case you spill like I did. So this is just from the week 2 science experiment I did moments ago, but I'm just going to pour this all the way in. You'll of course do it 1 cup at a time. And so you'll just pour it in till we have a gallon of water inside the container. Now, I don't know what it looks like on the video. In fact, I'm going to come and look to see. What does that look like? Sorry, ladies. It definitely has a tint to it. In person, it also still has a little bit of a red tint to it. But, in fact, you can see it a tiny bit, but it looks awfully clear. So you can finish pouring the rest of the water in and notice that, yeah, because we know we put pollution in there, our red food dye, we can see it, but if we didn't know, we might miss it. We might not see that red tint. And then if you happen to have a clear container on your campus, CC Livermore, you will have this one, and you pour 1 cup of water or a half a cup, something that won't spill too much, into this container. You can't see the tint at all. It looks perfectly clean and clear. So the idea of, is the pollution still there? Is it polluted even though we can't see it? How much pollution makes a difference? How will we use this knowledge? Why is this important? Where else can we see this? I'm expecting somebody to talk about pee in the swimming pool. I'm assuming somebody will bring that up. But those are all really, I mean, that is a really good point. Like, if you can't see it, it's still there. So that is our experiment for this week. You want to make sure that they have time to draw and time to have a conversation about what they're observing. So take it slowly. Even though it's one experiment, this certainly can last all 30 minutes. So when you are done, CC Livermore, if you could please have a parent go out and water the plants out in our front, you know, in the painted area. If you could have a parent water one of the plants and go refill it for the next class, that would be great. Actually, have a parent go refill this for the next class, even while your students are still sketching. That way, the next class can get started a little more quickly. Okay, that is all for this week. Thank you so much for your time and dedication to be a tutor. I really appreciate you and I value you. And I will see you on Friday.